does my therapist think about me between our sessions? That's a common question a lot of people in therapy ask themselves, but rarely dare to ask the therapist directly. The answer is yes. Therapists do think about the people they work with between sessions. As a Gestalt therapist, and this also refers to quite some other therapy modalities, the instrument that we mainly work with is, on one hand, the personality of the therapist, like the therapist as a person, and the therapeutic relationship that we create in therapy. This contact between therapist and the person they work with, it's really close. It's really relational. The therapist goes into this interaction, so to say, with his heart and his soul, and is usually very touched by what is going on for the person they work with. So it is normal to think about the person in therapy between sessions as well. It's the case that often, like when the session ends, especially if it was a very heavy topic at the moment, it takes some time for the therapist to go back to themselves. And that's a normal part of the contact. We go into the contact with the other person, we are together, and the healthy thing is just to go back to yourself as well after the contact. It's not the case that, okay, therapy sessions ends and the therapist is then on to the next person or on to his grocery shopping or cleaning or whatever he has to do, because we therapists are human as well, we do such things as well. But sometimes it takes time for the therapist to come back to themselves again. Also, most therapists, we read a lot, we watch videos, we go to workshops, we educate ourselves additionally to be of better use for the people we work with. Sometimes I just take a book because I find it interesting, I find that I can learn something useful in it, and suddenly I think of some of the people I work with and I think, okay, that's actually a good way to support them, that's a good exercise, we might try it out in therapy. So it's a constant process for therapists as well to think how can be of better help and of better support to the people they work with. Every therapist has their specific topics they specialize in. Me, for example, I specialize in working with people with depression, with burnout, with eating disorders, people who don't really like their body. So those are the topics that I know how to support the person. I know what exercises to give. So those are my strong topics, so to say. People come with a main topic and many subtopics that they want to work with. For example, there might be a person who is suffering from depression at the moment, is looking for a therapist due to her depression. Her subtopic might be she has adopted a child and she has some difficulties with it. Child adoption, how to take care of adopted child. This is not a topic I specialize in. However, when the person with depression has this topic there as well, needs support there as well, I will intentionally look for articles, literature, colleagues who specialize on that topic so that I can be of better support. And also, I always have in mind which colleagues of mine specialize in this topic, and is my support on the topic enough for the person, or at the moment we have worked through the depression topic, so the person is now more stable, knows how to support themselves, know how to deal with emotions, with what's going on in his life right now, but the topic with the adopted child still creates a lot of noise in his life, a lot of difficulties, I might refer them then to my colleague who specializes in the topic of taking care of an adopted child. The constant process of thinking, how can I be of better help? How can I be of better support? When the person I work with, for example, is very interested in a topic that is far away from me, let's say drawing, at this point of my life, it's not really my thing. You never know. That's why I say at this point. But I might have a person in therapy who is very, very keen on drawing, who really has the need to also talk about the brushes they use, how they paint, the technique, the colors. And since this is important for the person I work with, it becomes important for me as well within our therapeutic relationship. The moment I'm out of the session, let's say I'm on the street and I go by a shop for brushes and colors, and of course I think about this person, hey, that's a nice shop here, and then I think about the person who is so happy to do this with drawing and so interested in all these things. Of course, therapists, we think more often about the people that we are currently working with, because we are still always on the look for how to support them better, how to be of better use, how to help them through the things that are difficult in their life. Therapeutic relationship, it doesn't end the moment the person stops coming to therapy. So once we've worked together, I always remember all the people I've worked with, even if it's been 5 years ago, let's say. And sometimes when I see them on the street smiling, I'm really happy to see that they're doing good, they're doing well. Or sometimes, let's say it's been a client that I haven't seen for years, and I go by this shop for colors and brushes and all kinds of painting stuff, and I will think about them, of course. I will remember them as well. Once we connected on such a deep level, even if the person is not in therapy anymore, even if it's been a couple of years already since we haven't seen each other, they're still part of my thoughts, of my heart, so to say. Like there is this connection stays. If you're currently wondering if you should start therapy, or you have decided you want to start therapy, but you're still having a look which therapist to choose, have a look at our videos.